Welcome back to your daily dose. I am your host, Alize, and this is a daily dose where you already know we stay doing the most. You hear me? Anyway, if y'all have not subscribed to the channel, definitely subscribe to the channel because y'all already know I'm finna change your life forever. You feel me? That's what I do, baby. That's what I was put on this planet to do. You feel me? All right, so let's go ahead and get into this video, y'all. I don't know what title I'm gonna title this. I really don't. I really don't. But at the same time, I know what I do want to talk about. Okay. I was sitting down with some of my coworkers and we were talking about how a lot of we were talking about a lot of different stuff. Actually, we was talking about a lot that just gave me some ideas to just post. Also, before I even get into this video, I want to let y'all know I'm posting Wednesday through Fridays. Okay, those are my days off. Those are the days that I will be posting 3 days out of the week. So make sure you be looking out for those videos. Make sure y'all turn on the post notifications. You feel me? So you will not miss a video. Each video is going to teach you a life changing. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be life changing for you. It's going to be a different experience. But so anyway, basically, we was talking about a lot of stuff, how people are wired to think a certain way, to conduct themselves a certain way. Then we started talking about, individuals because, we got, I ain't naming no names, but, they're really good. Like one of my coworkers can do beats, which is really dope. Another one of them can do beats and rap. I do, you know what I'm saying? I rap too. And we just kind of like, I don't know, like we had our own little small podcast and it was just phenomenal. Like, it's so crazy how when you get around like-minded individuals, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, they inspire me because they're really intelligent. And when I tell you they're intelligent, like the conversations that we have, they're not dull, they're not boring. They actually have meaning to them and they have substance to it. It's like it's teaching me more. So it just was so amazing at the things we were talking about. So one thing that really, a couple of things stood out to me, but this stood out to me the most. A lot of people, a lot of individuals do not, either they don't, ooh, that's the homie right there, go ahead, homie. Anyway, a lot of individuals do not want to either go the route of actually becoming their own boss. And I'm talking about, like, not even a boss, a leader. You know how they used to tell us, follow the leader. You don't follow the leader, you become your own leader. See, nowadays, let me tell you something. With getting a job, I feel like that's the easiest route to take. And I'm not telling nobody to not work a 9 to 5. I'm not saying that. If you got to pay the bills, baby, pay the bills. But what I'm saying is, a lot of individuals will not want to go the route of actually saying, you know what, they want to complain about their lives, they want to complain where they're at and complain about what they're not doing or what they want to change in their lives, but they don't take the time to change it themselves. I always hear the excuses of, I don't have time to do this because I'm either busy, I got my kids, or even people who don't have kids, you know what I'm saying? Or I have this, or you know what I'm saying? A lot of individuals don't take time to be creative. You feel me? And to actually find their passion. I found a lot of my passions. God has gifted me with a lot of talent, like, far as being able to rap, far as being able to speak, which I still am working on my communication as well as working on my speech, self-educating myself, and also, reading more books and learning, more, learning how to articulate myself better, rather than cursing and things of that nature. I'm actually going to challenge myself to not curse, even throughout this video. I don't know if I did. If I did, well, it's too late. But just in general. So anyway, a lot of us don't spend the time working on or finding our passion and finding what we're good at. 9 times out of 10, you think you have to find your purpose. There is no such thing as finding your purpose. Your purpose is within you. You have to figure out what you're good at. And if you're good at that, then do it. If you're good at baking, if you're good at cooking, if you're good at creating content, if you're good at doing voiceovers, if you're good at traveling the world trying different types of foods and like these food reviews, whatever you're good at, I don't know, You know what I'm saying? If you're good at writing, or if you're good at doing nails, etc. Things we don't take the time to actually dive into our passions, because a lot of us get sucked into this we get sucked into this mindset of we have to stick with a job. I mean, I don't care. You have to be born into wealth. You have to be, lucky enough to even be able to do to be able to become a millionaire, a billionaire, to start your own business. And one thing that my coworker said that was really that really stood out to me was because it's hard. And I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, okay? It's not it's not easy, okay? It's not. Like today, I ain't even gonna lie. I rolled over and woke up at 6:40. But I told myself, self was like, nah, Lizzie, just chill, wake up at 9. I said, nah, let me get this over with. I'm up, might as well do it. I was tired, I was dragged out. I'm still working on cleaning my room. I gotta clean my mirrors, I gotta do a whole bunch of stuff. But like on some real stuff, like I was just like thinking to myself, like I was like, damn, it's crazy how the body wants to be like, nah, let's just, or that mindset is just like, nah, let's chill, dude. Nah, that's not what I'm trying to do. And even when I woke up at 6:40, I wasn't still proud of myself, but I was like, still, let me wake up, you feel me? Let me get my day started. Let me put out, my content and get it going, get it rolling, you feel me? So, but going back to what we were saying, it really requires a lot of discipline. And the reason I said that was because it requires discipline. You have to have the discipline. It's not about motivation, because when you lose motivation, what are you going to do? A lot of us have this, we get motivated to go to the gym. We get motivated to, let me write this first paragraph for my first, for writing my book. We get motivated to create the content. We get motivated. Let me get this. Let me do my nails. Let me start doing my nails so I can start whatever. Let me start building clientele. I'm so motivated. I'm so motivated. But what happens when you lose that motivation? What happens when you lose that, you don't feel that. You don't have that energy. So when you don't have the energy, are you going to procrastinate? When you don't have the energy, are you going to say, you know what, I'll put it off and do it another time? See, we're conditioned to think that working a job and spending the rest of our lives working underneath somebody is what we're meant to do. I've heard so many people say, oh, I've been there and done that. Okay, but here's the problem. You're afraid to fail. You're going to fail. When you are doing something that is outside of your comfort zone, when you are creating something, even if you don't make it, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but I know you're going to make it. But I'm going to just say it. Even if it doesn't work out, whatever, at least you decided to do that. At least you decided to, put yourself out there. A lot of people don't put themselves out there because they're scared. They're scared of what other people might say. They're scared of what other people might think of them. They're scared of what might happen. If I fail, then that's a bad thing. No, it's not. It's a good thing, because failure, the more times you fall, you're going to get back up. Remember my last video when I pointed out about the bike? Life is like riding a bike, just like life is like driving a car. Baby, you do not give up no matter what. I don't care what anyone says. And it was crazy because he also made another point. He said Eminem didn't become Eminem overnight. A lot of people, everybody gonna have something to say, okay? Those are the naysayers. But it doesn't matter, because if you know that you're good at something, even if you might be like, okay, if you gotta try different recipes, if you gotta taste your food a little bit, that ain't right yet. Have somebody else taste it. Be the critic. Do that taste right, JoJo? That don't taste right. Okay, I need a little bit of more cinnamon. Okay, that's okay. But as long as you start, you're willing to put your best foot forward. It's never going to be, we're going to have obstacles. Okay? That's what life is about. Life is about experiences. Whether they're good or whether they're bad, you still learn something from it. You still take something from it. What do you have to lose if you just decide to put yourself out there? If you decide to say, you know what, today, okay, let me get the kids ready. Let me do this, get everything that I need to get ready. Okay. Or if you want to go back to school and become a doctor, what is stopping you from doing what you want to do? What's stopping you is you. Your mindset is stopping you because deep down inside, consciously, you don't believe in yourself. So you're going to assume that, you know what, I'm not going to take this chance. On the days when I'm off, baby, I'm not thinking about work, okay? Baby, listen, I'm thinking about creating my content. I'm thinking about mastering my mindset, okay? And I tell people this all the time. I'm not the most intelligent person. I'm not. A lot of individuals have called me slow. I don't consider myself a slow person. I just feel like maybe in some cases it takes me a minute to understand things. But because subconsciously I have created this mindset of, oh, I'm not good at that, or I'm slow because I've been called stupid and dumb majority of my life. As an adult, it's me working through, those limiting beliefs and working through changing that mindset that I have. Doubt still creeps into my mind. It's not one day that doubt doesn't creep into my mind. However, before it does, I say, I'm not finna do that. Let me do this. Because, and even when I notice a negative thought, or when I notice a thought that is unfavorable, what I decide to do is, and Neville talked about this, do not judge it. Don't judge yourself. Be patient with yourself. If you have an unfavorable thought and you're like, focus on it, look at it and be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I welcome you here. However, I do not accept you. Okay. So even though, not even welcome it, but more so like you observe it. You observe the thought and you're like, okay, this is who I used to be. This is no longer what I'm doing. Because when you decide to really change your mentality and you decide to not let doubt, worry, and anxiety get to you, and depression, whatever, sadness, whatever, if you decide to just say, you know what, before you even allow it to get inside your mind, just do it. Don't even think about it. Just say, you know what, I'm going to write today. Spend an hour with yourself. Out of the time of you scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on Instagram, looking at everybody in their lives, talking about how, oh, this is what, oh, wow, that person is doing this and that, and you making yourself more sad and putting yourself in a more lower state than you already are, why don't you take that time and say, you know what, I'm going to utilize my time a lot better and actually do something that I've always wanted to do. If that's painting, if that's creating your own, designing your own clothes, doing your own merch, whatever it is. These are things. Doing hair. If you're good at doing hair, baby, start doing your kids' hair. Start posting that. Post it on social media. These type of things, when you're creating your life, when you are going outside of your, like I said, when you're going outside of the normal thing that people do, because the normal thing is to go get a 9 to 5. The normal thing is to go and get a job, work a job, and make somebody else money. That's the normal thing. When you are stepping outside of that, that's when you become different, because you're like, you know what? This is not what I was born to do. I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I want to do something that's going to actually bring me, my family, my grandkids wealth. You know what I'm saying? So of course it's going to be a little tedious. It might be, but at the same time, I believe that's tedious is difficult. I believe so. Sorry about that. I had to think about that. But of course, it's not going to be as easy as it would going out there and applying and getting a job and turning in an application. No, because you have to put in the work. And even if you are working, what are you doing on your off time? Are you drinking? Are you smoking? What are you doing with your time? Are you utilizing your time? Are you being productive during that time? So many people will not be productive. They have this excuse of, oh, well, I mean, or they say, I want to be rich. Okay, what are you doing to be rich? How are you setting yourself up every single day are you thinking like a wealthy person does? Are you becoming a millionaire or a billionaire in spirit first? Are you actually waking up every morning, going to the gym, prepping your meals, doing what you need to do, taking time before you give yourself to social media, before you give yourself to drama and all these other people that ain't even gonna be in your life for the long run? What are you doing with that time? Time doesn't stop for nobody. First off, time is inevitable. So for you to even think that you have time, baby, time is still moving. Time is still going. So what are you doing? If you know that you are good at something, you found your talent. But it doesn't matter how talented you are if you don't put it to use. So if you don't take the time to put yourself out there, nobody is going to know who you are. Do you want to be like the rest of the world? And I'm not saying don't have a job. I work. But on my off days, what do? I do this. On my off days, what else do? I do other stuff behind closed doors that I don't even talk about. I like to make music. I have different songs. I make music on Rap Fame. I literally have different songs. And I'm not the best freestyler, but I told myself, let me start spending about an hour and a half freestyling and just to get it right. You feel me? Just to, be able to critique my freestyling. Because what if one day I come across an artist? Oh, Lord, if it's Kendrick Lamar, please, please. I'll be like, what? Like, let's go. I'm not scared. I got this. You feel me? You see a lot of people taking the chance because they're saying, what do I have to lose? God didn't give you these gifts for no reason. God is not saying that he wants you to work for somebody forever. God wants us to create the life that we desire and rely on his understanding. When you rely on God, when you trust in God, when you trust in the divine, the universe, whatever you believe in, when you trust within yourself, your higher self, you're saying, you know what? I don't care how hard it might get. I don't care if nobody is cheering for me. I don't care if other people are talking about me, people laughing at me saying, oh, that's not realistic. You guys could stay in a box. I'm going to think outside of the box. I'm going to create my reality and I'm going to go out there and do it. Why? Because I'm doing it for me, because it's something that I want. I want to challenge myself. So if that means going to the gym, don't start. I be seeing a lot of people say, okay, let me teach y'all how to do this. Let me teach y'all how to do that. Start where you are now. You don't have to wait till you lose weight to start showing people a plan of the kind of meals that you make, the kind of stuff that you eat, the kind of exercises that you do. Start now. If you want to start making videos to help change other people's lives, maybe other people need help with working out. Maybe other people need help with, just their fitness goals, being able to, choose from different, be able to know, you know what I'm saying? To be able to make their own foods, so they don't have to go out and buy fast food and things of that nature. Maybe somebody out there does need another fitness coach. We do need another fitness coach. We do need somebody who's going to show us different workouts and teach us how to actually have a good form, so when we start actually building our muscle, we're not building it in bad form. We need people like that. We need more cooks, we need more bakers, we need more restaurants, we need more individuals that are going to open up, you know what I'm saying? We need more real estate agents, whatever. We need more people that do nails, hair, because I know, baby, okay, period, I want my nails done. But anyway, seriously, like we need more of that. So don't look at it as, okay, the next person is doing this. And one of my coworkers told me like, oh, I want to do this, but he said somebody else already had that idea. Okay, so what if they had that idea? Do something. Okay, if they had that idea, so what? Act on still. If you want to still create content, do it. There's so many people doing pranks on YouTube, so many people doing food reviews, so many people doing mukbangs, so many people doing a whole bunch of stuff, and it ain't stopped nobody. It don't matter if it is the normal. Maybe you have something that you could bring to the table that is way different from the rest of everybody else. Don't look at what the next person is doing. Focus on what you're doing and what you bring to the table, because what you bring to the table is more different. You are extraordinary, not ordinary, okay? So remember, a lot of us, I'm telling you, once you start to really change your mindset, once you start to really say, you know what, I'm not going to allow this, and stop negotiating your time. Haven't been answering my phone to hardly anybody except just my homie. And even still, we don't even talk like that, because he focused on his music. I'm focused on my content. I'm doing other stuff. I'm working, doing what I need to do and other things that I need to do for my life. But this is something that I really am passionate about. It became a hobby, but now this is my passion, because I'm not looking at the numbers. I'm not focusing on who subscribes to the channel. I don't give a fuck. I know that I'm reaching the right audience. I know that people love, oops, see, I just cursed. My bad. Oop, I don't give a hard trippity fudge, okay? So anyway, I don't care about that. What I care about is being able to help people and be able to, guide people into the right direction. There is a reason I am here. There is a reason I have a purpose. So if my purpose is to create content, if my purpose is not just only to create content, but content that is going to change your life, This isn't just the content that you come here and we just doing pranks. I don't do stuff like that. I talk about things that are actually going to help people, that are going to not just only help individuals, but also help myself in the end. I am still the student in life. I am not the teacher. But everything I tell you and what I teach you is I practice. So remember that. So don't remain in your comfort zone. Stay stuck in your comfort zone and say, oh no, I tried there, been there, done that. So you give up that easily? You give up on yourself and you just want to stick to being normal for the rest of your life, right? You just want to stick there. You just want to stay in that position. Stay in that position because this video is not for you. Stay in that position. However, if there's something that you want to do, start now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till a couple hours then. Don't wait till you're done scrolling on TikTok. Don't wait till you're done scrolling on social media, looking at everybody else and what they got going on. Start now. Because you start, but not even just only start, but baby, remain consistent. But we're going to talk about that later on in another video. But yes, start now. Don't talk about it, be about it. Neville said, do not be the, what do you say? Neville said, be the doer. Okay? A lot of you can watch I watch, sometimes I come across manifestation videos, and I know I made a video and said I don't no longer watch it because I put the work in. Some people I do watch, not to like not because, I'm watching it because I feel like I need to watch a manifestation video. But no, I come across some individuals that talk about it, and I might pull something from that and take that with me and be like, okay, let me implement this. Let me do this. Because what I do behind closed doors and the things that I do when I tell you about my affirmations, actually, I don't even do techniques. I'm going to just be honest with you. I'm getting to the point where I don't really even do techniques. If anything, I'm just trusting and allowing the process and just living in the wish fulfilled because it's already done technically. So there's really nothing I need to do except stay within the state of the wish fulfilled. And if I feel myself falling out, I remind myself to pull myself back in and say, okay, even though this has happened, that doesn't mean that that's the old story. Let me focus on this, right? Okay, cool. So it's the same thing. Like when you know, like, don't put yourself in this position of you run into these obstacles and then you're just going to give up. No, put yourself out there. You don't know who's listening. You don't know who's watching you. People are watching you. People are listening to you. But nobody going to know who you are until you make the first step. They going to, you know what I'm saying? You put yourself out there. And even if people are not cheering for you, people gonna cheer for you when you get the job, but they not gonna cheer for you when you got your business going and you got your clientele. Don't worry about if anybody is looking, if anybody is listening. The right people will come. The right people are coming to you. Remember that. Just keep putting yourself out there. The more you put yourself out there, I guarantee you got somebody listening to you. You got somebody who is inspired by you, who's like, oh, this person inspires me. They inspire me to do this. They inspire me to do that. You might be changing somebody's life and never know it. Remember, when you're in a group, I tell my clients this all the time. When you're in a group, you definitely want to be able to say something and speak your mind because somebody wants to hear what you have to say. Do not silence your voice. All right? So remember that. This is your reality. This is your world. So create it. Don't live and I'm not telling you to not, to quit your job. No. What I'm telling you is if you find a passion and you know that you're good at something, if it becomes hard, it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be easy. Just like when people are manifesting, they think these circumstances is to tell you no. A lot of individuals think these circumstances are here to hold you back. Everything that you're experiencing in your 3D reality is to build you. It's to build you, okay? You can either let it keep you stagnant. You could fall into that same category as lowering your vibration, lowering your self-esteem, lowering your worth, lowering your value and saying, no, all this stuff happens to me, I'm done. Or you can look at the circumstances that are in front of you and are around you and respond correctly rather than reacting to them and saying, you know what? This is building me. This is making me become stronger mentally, spiritually, emotionally, because I know that I no longer see myself as this person. I no longer see myself as somebody who cannot achieve the goals that they are capable of achieving. I no longer see myself as somebody who is not loved, who is not valued. Put yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? Start to really put yourself out there, my bad. Start to really look at your circumstances and be like, you know what, this is old. This ain't nothing. What I'm focusing on is what's at the end of the tunnel. That light at the end of the tunnel. You remember, you know what I'm saying? The light is within you. Your purpose is within you. Everything that you want is within you. There is nothing different from the beggar and the person and the beggar and the thief. I believe that's how it goes. There's no different except the mindset, right? So if you have a mindset of thinking that, you know what, I think this is the only thing I'm gonna be able to do. I tried to follow my dreams and I kept failing. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go through obstacles. You're supposed to go through trials because it builds you. It builds your character. It's building you and designing and designing you to be a better version of yourself. This isn't something where when you're healing it gets ugly. It's not something that's easy. If you thought it was easy, then baby, take your ass somewhere else. You not ready. Period. So if you're not ready for that, then keep putting yourself in that same lowering your standards, because that's what you doing. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, spend time. What are you doing with yourself on when you're off? What are you doing how are you conducting yourself? You know what I'm saying? Are you building your character? Are you strengthening strengthening your weaknesses? Are you focusing on turning your weaknesses into strengths? You feel me? What are you doing on an everyday basis that is setting you up to live the life that you want to live? So it doesn't make any sense for us to keep putting ourselves in this state of mind where we say, you know what, been there, done that. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm used to doing. If you keep doing the same thing, you're not gonna have different results. I see so many people saying I can't concentrate, I can't do this when reading. Come up with a new way to read then. You gotta spend your time wisely. There's no excuses when it's coming to something where you know, like, okay, I found something I'm good at. And if you know that you're good at it, then stick to it. Don't just give up on yourself. You not giving up. I don't care. The rest of people want to see you give up. People don't want to see you accomplish things. There are going to be people that are hating on you because they don't believe in themselves. That's why I tell people, don't come to me if you don't believe in manifestation, because you don't believe in it because you don't believe that you can do it. That's the reason. You have your own limiting beliefs. So why would I want you to come and mess up my garden? Mess up my flowers? Mess up the seeds that I've planted, and knowing that I'm growing, my seeds are growing. You feel me? It's growing into a beautiful plant. It's blossoming. Why would I want to allow you to do that? Why would I want to allow individuals who only discuss and only want to talk about gossip 24/7 to come into my and to teach me something? You can't teach me anything. Because the more you talk about things that have no substance, the more you talk about you constantly on social media. I go on social media sometimes, but I don't use it like I used to. I'm not up scrolling 24/7. I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? Can I benefit from this conversation like old dude say? Am I going to make money from this conversation? Am I going to benefit it from any kind of way? Because if it ain't, then baby, you wasting my time. But that's another conversation for, you feel me? Surround yourself around the right people. That's another topic. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Remember, find your passion. Try out different things. That's what scientists do. They experiment. Try out different things. Experiment with new things. And if you find something you're good at, stick to it, baby. Peace.